Some people walk into your life quietly, yet leave you exhausted. Not because of what they say, but because of what they carry beneath the surface. And if you're not aware, you'll start carrying it too. Carl Jung wasn't just interested in behavior. He explored the hidden forces that shape us. The shadow, the persona, the unconscious projections we deny or disown. He believed that the greatest harm often comes not from conscious malice, but from blind self-avoidance. In this video, we'll explore 6 dangerous personality patterns Jung warned us about. Subtle psychological dynamics that drain your peace and distort your identity. You've likely encountered one, and maybe, unknowingly, embodied one too. Let's begin. 1. The emotional mirror. They don't yell, they don't blame. But being around them feels heavy, as if you're responsible for their mood, even though they've never said so. This is the emotional mirror. Someone who projects their hidden pain onto others. Jung called this projection when someone sees their unresolved wounds reflected in you and treats you as the source. But projection doesn't just harm the person being projected onto. It also keeps the projector stuck in their pain, blind to the real roots of their emotions. They begin reacting not to reality, but to their own internal ghost. You end up absorbing emotions that were never yours to carry. And the relationship becomes a theater of roles you never agreed to play. 2. The mask wearer. They're polite, composed, well-liked. But something's off. You don't feel seen, and they don't seem fully there. This is the person who's become their persona. Jung described the persona as the social mask we wear, useful, even necessary. But when someone clings to that mask too tightly, they forget who they really are. Over time, everything becomes a performance. You start to notice a pattern. They mirror others, avoid discomfort, and suppress genuine emotion. And slowly, they expect you to do the same. Eventually, you censor yourself around them. You avoid truth to maintain harmony, and in protecting their image, you compromise your authenticity. 3. The repressor. They never explode. They're always fine. But you can feel the tension underneath, and it's sharp. This is the repressor. Jung warned that what we suppress doesn't vanish. It ferments in the unconscious, and one day it erupts. Repressors are often perfectionists, emotionally composed on the surface, yet brittle underneath. Their inner world is packed tight with denied emotions, which eventually slip out through sarcasm, passive aggression, or volcanic outbursts. The problem: these outbursts seem random. They don't match the moment. And when you confront them, they deflect or shut down. Danger here is unpredictability, and the toll it takes on your own emotional safety. 4. The moral enforcer. They speak in shoulds. They correct, advise, and help. But their help feels more like judgment. This is the person who denies their shadow by projecting it onto others. Jung taught that what we condemn externally is often what we can't face within. The moral enforcer lives by rules, not to serve truth, but to maintain control. They don't just dislike other people's freedom, they fear it. Because your authenticity threatens the lie they tell themselves. Their criticism may sound noble. It's for your own good. I'm just being honest. But underneath is projection. They're judging in you what they secretly struggle with in themselves, and their approval becomes a moving target that slowly erodes your confidence. The fragmented soul they swing between warmth and withdrawal, praise and punishment. You never know which version you'll get. This is someone ruled by unconscious complexes, psychological fragments shaped by past wounds. Jung explained that these complexes are like splinters in the psyche, sharp, reactive, and often invisible. Their emotional tone can flip on a dime. One moment they're calm, the next they're triggered by something small. Not because of what happened, but because of what it meant to them. Being close to this person feels like walking through a hall of mirrors. You can't predict what will set them off, and slowly you begin reshaping yourself to keep the peace. But the more you give, the more your own center erodes. 6. The psychic drainer. They're not cruel. They don't demand, but being close to them feels like running a marathon in silence. This is the psychic vampire, someone who unconsciously relies on others to hold what they won't hold themselves. Jung saw this in symbiotic relationships, where two people blur into one, and one becomes the emotional lifeline for the other. They need constant reassurance, constant attention, constant presence. But they offer little back, not because they're selfish, but because they're empty. Their emotional weight rests entirely on you. Over time, you confuse self-sacrifice with love. You feel guilty for needing space. And eventually, your world shrinks to accommodate their needs. So, what can you do? Don't label these people as villains. Most don't realize what they're doing. But that doesn't mean you have to carry it. Jung's teachings weren't about blaming others. They were about becoming aware. Because when you see the pattern, you can step out of it. You can name what you're feeling. You can choose boundaries over guilt. You can stop absorbing what isn't yours. We're all in this. Here's the truth Jung always returned to. We all carry a shadow. We've all projected. We've all avoided parts of ourselves. But that doesn't make you bad. It makes you human. Growth begins the moment you decide to stop running from yourself. So don't shame your past. Use it. Study it. Let it be your teacher, not your jailer. Because healing doesn't mean becoming perfect. It means becoming whole. So ask yourself, which of these patterns have I met? Which have I, at times, become? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Your honesty might give someone else clarity. Thanks for watching. And remember, the more light you shine inward, the less darkness controls your life. And if you're ready to go deeper, the next video will explore how to protect your energy without closing your heart.